At the same time, I think as the approach will vary from person to
Yes,
person,
correct.
one has to have a particular style which can be defined as a structured way.
Correct.
The approach will be different. At the same time, there will be plus points and negative points of the artist.
Yes.
That somebody will be having a good voice, somebody will be not having that kind of a sweet voice, or somebody will have a damsas, or where they can take long tans, or somebody might be interested more in rhythmic pattern. uh, I want to ask you whether these things also affected in the Gharana style.
Yes, each and every point, if you minutely observe, that there is a difference. See, for example, suppose Gwalior Gharana is there. They go with certain tempo which is not there in Kirana Gharana. Their tempo is slow. This tempo of Gwalior Gharana is slightly higher. Why this happens? Because his thought process is that fast that he wants to go in that way. Whereas in Kirana, they give more importance to expression and then the acute intensity of that particular note. Listen. So he will go like this. Another person, re ra ra no re ta na re no. While in speaking also, we sometimes tell something in a fast way, in a slow way, in this thing, or somebody will not directly open the subject. He will take much time to do that. All these things, what happens in literature or in general life, the same thing happens in this one, and that is what is called as thought process. So Gharana is a thought process of the individual Gharana.
And again, we would like to know what was the first Gharana in Khyal system.
Yes. The first Gharana, as you know well, that it was Gwalior Gharana. It is said that when those people, the Kawal Bache, they came to Gwalior because they had no shelter as such. They were not, when they were not court singers in any other court, they naturally came to Gwalior, and that time the king, Sindhya ji, he was fond of music, and then he gave them proper respect and proper facilities, and they settled there, and they started singing their own way. And at that time, Gwalior was full of all Drupad. Drupad singing was very prominent and very much liked. But this also pattern was to some extent similar to Drupad. At the same time, there was some difference. So the king asked him, what is this, what you are singing? He said, this is my khayal, my thought. And the king liked it. He said, oh, very nice. This is a good thought. So why should we not encourage him? That's how the king encouraged, and he was the first man to encourage. That's why it is called as Gwalior Gharana.
And from Gwalior Gharana, what was the next Gharana, or which is a closer Gharana to Gwalior thought?
As you said before, that there are people of different nature and different thinking process. So another person who came to learn this Gharana, came to adopt this type, he thought that I have no good voice, but I want to learn. I like it. And that was Ghagge Khuda Baksh. Ghagge Khuda Baksh went to Nathan Pir, and he said, though I don't have the voice, but I liked your singing. Why don't you teach me? So he taught him. And ultimately, different result came out. He started, because he had the ability to do some rhythmic creation of rhythmic patterns along with the bowl, along with the words. and that created a different effect, and that was called as Agra Gharana. Similar to that, somebody learned Tappa, and Tappa has a different tan. So this tan pattern was beautiful, very attractive, miniature type of structure, and that was adopted by somebody else like Mubarak Ali, and then from Mubarak Ali it came to Alladiyan Khan Sahib, and then Alladiyan Khan Sahib used it in such a attractive way that the entire Gharana came into existence, and that is what is called as Jaipur Gharana. And somebody started imitating the instrument, and from that we say gave the more importance to expression, bhava, karuna, rasa. That was adopted by one Gharana. That's how the Kirana Gharana came into existence. This is how, all these four Gharanas came into existence, and they have the beautiful origin, and it made our music rich, very enriching type of experience we experience in Khayal singing.
In this episode, we have got the information about what is Gharana. We have got the historical background about that. We also learned how the thought process, the presentation style changes. Though everybody sings or they give a presentation in a particular framework of Ragdari music. Pandit ji has also explained us what was the first Gharana that we can call as Gwalior Gharana in Khyal system, and how other three main Gharanas, they also came up. In the history we can see there are a few other Gharanas also in the new age which are quite popular today. We can say that Gharana system was quite intact for many years in India because artists were not traveling much from one place to another. At the same time, we were not able to hear many artists at the same time. But after the coming up of Akashvani, that is AR, we were able to listen to many artists from various Gharanas. And in today's world, we can hear many artists from many places in the world. Definitely many styles in Indian classical music. So the Gharana we can hear from the beginning itself. But the presentation will keep intact for any artist who learns basically from one Gharana or from one Guru. And nowadays we can see that they do take other things of other Gharanas or other style and try to mold it into their Gharana and try to enrich it. Thank you very much, Panditji, for giving such a wonderful information about Khyal.
Thank you.